There's a type of man who never realizes he's the fool in the room. He goes through life making the same mistakes over and over, sure he's right while everyone else watches and shakes their heads. He can't see his own stupidity. And the worst part? He doesn't even know it. You might be that man without knowing it. But today we'll fix that problem once and for all. Stupidity isn't just about being dumb or having a low IQ. It's a way of thinking, a mindset, a disease of the mind that ruins decisions, breaks relationships, and turns a man into a walking joke. The important question that will determine your future success is, do you show these signs? Let's find out together and get to the truth. Sign number 1. He argues more than he listens. Have you met someone who needs to be right no matter what? No matter how dumb he sounds, he'll argue for hours, get angry, throw fits, twist words, anything to avoid admitting he's wrong. This man doesn't listen at all. He just waits for his turn to talk, planning his next point while you're still speaking. And when someone smarter speaks, he gets defensive right away. His voice gets louder, his face gets red. Why? Because deep down, he knows he's outmatched. Think about the last conversation you had. Were you truly listening to understand, or were you just waiting to respond? Did you consider that the other person might know something you don't? Or were you too busy defending your position to learn anything new? The truth is, most men fall into this trap. They'd rather be right than be smart. The Stoics called this arrogance, the poison that stops growth. A wise man accepts truth even when it hurts his pride. A stupid man fights against it, digging himself deeper with every word. Ask yourself honestly, when was the last time you really listened to someone without preparing your comeback? When did you last say, you know what, you're right, and I was wrong? These simple words are often the hardest to say, but they're the mark of a man who's growing, not a man who's stuck. Sign number 2. He thinks luck matters more than hard work and discipline. The stupid man loves to blame luck for everything. He sees a successful person and thinks, he got lucky with his parents. He sees a rich person and assumes they cheated or had unfair advantages. He sees someone in good shape and calls it good genes, ignoring years of hard work at the gym. Look at the excuses you make. When you see someone who has what you want, do you study their habits or do you dismiss their success? Do you look for lessons or do you look for shortcuts? The difference matters more than you think. But ask what he's doing to improve his own life. Nothing important. The truth is he's lazy. Instead of admitting that uncomfortable fact, he pretends success is just random chance. That way, he never has to take responsibility for his failures or his situation. A real man knows what successful people have always known. Luck is just discipline over time. Show up when others quit, do the work when others make excuses, and watch how lucky you seem to get. Every successful person will tell you the same thing. They weren't lucky, they were consistent. They didn't find success, they built it brick by brick, day by day, while others were looking for the easy way. The question isn't whether you're lucky or not. The question is, are you putting in the work that creates what others call luck? Sign number 3. He wastes time on pointless fights that lead nowhere. A stupid man fights battles that don't matter. He'll argue about politics with strangers online for hours, achieving nothing. He'll start fights over nothing just to prove a small point nobody cares about. He'll waste entire evenings debating things that change nothing in his actual life. His ego needs these empty wins while his life falls apart around him. Think about your last week. How many hours did you spend in arguments that didn't improve your life at all? How many times did you get pulled into debates that left you angry but changed nothing? These are hours you'll never get back. But a smart man knows his energy has strict limits. He doesn't waste time on fights that don't lead to real victory. He chooses his battles carefully, focusing only on what moves him forward. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You could be good today, but instead you choose tomorrow." Think deeply about that. How much precious time have you wasted fighting over things that don't actually improve your life or circumstances? Your attention is your most valuable asset. Where you place it determines what grows in your life. Are you feeding your goals or feeding your ego? Are you building something meaningful or just reacting to whatever crosses your path? A stupid man reacts to everything. A smart man responds only to what matters. Sign number 4. He thinks his feelings are more important than reality. A stupid man lets emotions run his entire life. If he feels angry, he reacts immediately without thinking. If he feels sad, he gives up instead of pushing through. If something hurts his ego, he lashes out, often hurting himself more. He thinks the world should adjust to how he feels. But the cold truth is the world doesn't care about your feelings. Look at your decision-making process. Do you make choices based on temporary emotions or long-term principles? Do you react in the moment or respond after reflection? Your answer reveals more than you might think. A real man understands feelings are just temporary waves that come and go. You don't fight them. You don't drown in them. You ride them like waves. You notice them. But you don't let them control your actions or override your thinking mind. Epictetus said clearly, "It's not what happens to you but how you react that matters." The stupid man is a slave to his emotions. The wise man is their master. Your feelings matter, but reality matters more. Which do you put first when they clash? Emotions are useful signals, not reliable guides. They tell you something needs attention, but they shouldn't make your decisions for you. The next time you feel a strong emotion rising, pause before acting. Ask yourself, is this emotion helping me or controlling me right now? That pause can be the difference between a reaction you regret and a response you respect. Sign number 5. He never learns from his mistakes, repeating them endlessly. Have you met a guy who keeps making the same dumb mistake over and over throughout his life? Maybe it's getting into bad relationships with the same type of toxic person. Maybe it's wasting money on things he can't afford while complaining about being broke. Maybe it's trusting the wrong people despite obvious warning signs. And every time he says, "I just have bad luck with money/women/friends." Be honest with yourself. What mistakes have you made more than once? What patterns keep showing up in your life? What lessons are you refusing to learn? Your answers will tell you everything about your future. Let me be clear. You don't have bad luck. You have bad patterns that you created. A stupid man repeats his failures because he never examines them properly. He never honestly asks, "What did I do wrong here?" He just jumps back into the same fire, expecting not to get burned this time. A wise man carefully looks at what happened, makes necessary changes, and refuses to make the same mistake twice. So which one are you and your life patterns? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing repeatedly but expecting different results. Yet most men do exactly this throughout their lives. They date the same type of person, take the same approach to money, make the same mistakes at work, and then wonder why nothing changes. True growth starts when you stop blaming circumstances and start examining your choices. Sign number 6. He surrounds himself with other stupid people who drag him down. Show me your 5 closest friends, and I'll show you your future. A stupid man surrounds himself with losers, complainers, gossipers, people who waste time, make endless excuses, and pull each other down like crabs in a bucket. Why does he do this? Because it's comfortable and easy. These people never challenge his average life or push him toward greatness. Look at your phone right now. Who are the last 5 people you texted or called? What kind of lives do they lead? What kind of conversations do you have with them? Are they pushing you forward or holding you back? Your answer predicts your future with scary accuracy. The smart man actively seeks out people above his level, people who challenge his ideas, push his limits, and force him to level up. He's not afraid to be the least smart or successful person in the room because that's exactly how you grow quickly. Carefully look around at who you spend time with. Who are you hanging out with most days? Are they making you better or keeping you stuck at their level? Your environment shapes you more than you realize. The conversations you have, the behaviors you witness, the standards you're held to, all of these silently mold your thinking and actions. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is walk away from people who feel comfortable but keep you small. Sometimes growth means being temporarily alone while you find better influences. Sign number 7. He blames others for his situation. A stupid man is always the victim in his own story. His boss is unfair. His ex is crazy. The economy is rigged. The government is against him. It's never his fault. It's always someone else's. This victim mindset keeps him stuck forever because if nothing is his fault, then nothing is in his control. A wise man takes extreme ownership of his life. Even when others play a role in his problems, he focuses only on what he can control, what he can change, what he can improve. He doesn't waste energy on blaming others because blame produces nothing of value. It's the ultimate dead end. Now you know the 7 important signs of a stupid man. The real question that will determine your future is, what are you going to do about it? The world is full of stupid men stumbling through life. But you don't have to be one of them anymore. You just have to wake up to your patterns and choose differently starting today. The path forward is simple but not easy. Catch yourself when you argue instead of listen. Put in the work instead of blaming luck. Choose your battles wisely. Master your emotions rather than being mastered by them. Learn from your mistakes instead of repeating them. Surround yourself with people who elevate you. Take full responsibility for your life. And if this video helped you see things differently, then do one simple thing right now. Hit that like button and subscribe. Not for me, but for you and your future. Because this is just the beginning of your transformation. The journey from being that fool in the room to being the wise man others respect starts with recognizing these signs in yourself. The rest is up to you.